Welcome to Cohesive Friendship Unit. I'm Chris. I am here with Jeremy,
Yo, what's up?
Jake,
Hey guys.
and Brian.
What's going on?
Guys, Days Gone is coming out this week. And as of right now, it's the only PS4, Sony published big first-party game coming out in 2019. And Sony doesn't have an E3 presser, so this game has a lot of weight to carry until potentially the end of the year and potentially the end of the console's life. But we're going to talk more about that real quick. We are doing a giveaway. Every 10 subs, we're giving away a Steam code. All you got to do is be subbed. If you have questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments or check out our channel homepage. There's a video that will tell you everything you need to know. All right, guys, Days Gone. What do we think? What do we think? What is this? Because I got thoughts.
Yeah, it looks nice.
It looks like it kind of looks like a knockoff GTA with a couple extra things thrown on top. It looks quality, but there's something kind of missing. I don't know.
I've got something a little. Okay. I'm just gonna say it.
Go
this,
for it.
To me, looks like a recent first-party Xbox One title, in that it doesn't look super good.
What about it do you think does not look super good?
Well, okay, let me put it this way. It's not that it doesn't look super good, and more that the last PS4 exclusives I played was Tetris Effect, was Hey, don't you laugh. Was God of War, I didn't play Persona 5, but, Persona 5,
Spider-Man.
literally, yeah, exactly, Spider-Man, literally the best games of the generation were Sony first-party games. When we look back on this gen, we're going to be like, yeah, Sony knocked it out of the park. And this just seems good. And if this is kind of the big game of the year, it's not holding a candle to last year. Let me put it that way.
I think for me, watching it, it looks, honestly, compared to some of the videos that we watched, it looks all right. It looks open worldy. The combat looks adequate, graphics look good. I think the biggest thing, though, is that it just seems stale, like a zombie survival game in 2019. And again, it's just kind of a tentpole game. And but this one is gritty and serious.
So that's
The Last
other
of Us
thing.
exists,
I
my
was
guy.
gonna say,
The Last of Us 2 is coming out, my guy.
Yeah.
We've done zombies. I think the biggest thing to me that comes across is what's the value added? Why this game? What's the point?
I think that's it for me. It's because The Last of Us 2 is coming. Winter's coming, this is not The Last of Us. You can look at that Last of Us demo and it blows this out of the water.
That's a different game, though. It's a different kind of game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's kind of apples to oranges. I don't know that you can really compare the two.
Yeah.
I think the difference to me is that we've had every flavor of zombie game under the sun. We've had humorous zombie games, we've had serious zombie games, we've had zombie combat centric games, we've had story based zombie games, and The Last of Us is it's story centric. It has a thoughtful plot. It has some stealth based combat. It has things that are different about it that justify its own existence. Whereas this just seems kind of generic post-apocalypse, some kind of rednecky type guys with some guns, and they gotta scrape out whatever kind of situation they can. That is the Walking Dead TV show, which has been on TV for how long?
It's been really popular.
It is, but that's what I'm saying. I think we all agree that it looks to me. I'm not being down on the game. I would probably play it. To me, it looks better than a lot of the games when we're cooling it on the pod, and Chris is oh, this indie game where you just walk around and look at a plant. I'm that looks dumb.
What game are you referring to?
Fucking every game we ever talk about.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
damn.
you guys know I'm telling the truth. Jake,
Yeah,
Brian.
it's like you're saying.
There's an element of truth to it.
This, it looks fun. It just seems bland and stale. I'm sure it might be fun. It just doesn't seem particularly exciting.
Well,
Right.
I mean, if you go ahead, Jake. Sorry.
It's not like every game needs to be God of
Yeah.
War or The Last of Us. So I mean, I wouldn't bash this game for just being like a fun game. I haven't played it, so I don't know if it's fun, but it looks like it'll be fine, and I'm sure it'll appeal to a lot of people. But I agree. It's just like why this one? I mean, I could see a lot of Horizon in this game, and see a lot of Division 2. I mean, a lot of just other games in here. And when Sony's built up such a rapport for really good games, and again, it's not like they can't release just a decent game. It's just why do this instead of something a little more interesting?
I mean, it's not a blockbuster for sure, but I think that because like if you think about GTA, like the reason that GTA 5 in particular becomes not fun after a long time is you're just like most of the map is just open and you're running around and there's nothing to challenge you. If you put zombies on top of that, like at least there's a little bit of challenge to it. And I think that the potential for this game comes from like people playing it, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of open world games fall into that same category. Like it doesn't really there's nothing outstanding about it, but like the overall aspect can be more than the sum of its parts because it's open enough that the player can kind of do their own thing. And I think that this has that potential, but it's not, there's nothing that's like flooring about it. The graphics aren't fantastic, and like you guys said, it's kind of been done before.
Yeah,
it seems fine.
Right, and I don't think so we're all kind of being negative, but I don't think any of us are saying this is a bad game. It looks good.
No, it doesn't look
looks
bad.
It has
looks like
old elements. I mean, it's got the tower climbing, the really obtrusive hints, but like Chris was saying, if this is it for the year, that'll be a little disappointing.
And I think that's why I'm a little more down than I usually would be. Because if it was like this comes out this month and The Last of Us 2 comes out in like, June, I'd be like, oh, who fucking cares? Like, this game can be terrible. I don't care. But I think it is the fact that at the moment, the weight of the PS4 is kind of on this game's shoulders. And, I mean, that's fine. The PS4 has had a great life, so...
Yeah, and it's an old-ass console, too.